Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I am a huge music fan and obviously I am a motorcycle guy. So the folks at Lexan were kind enough to send me the Lexan Model L speaker to give you guys a first look at. This is also what is referred to the boom bucket. This is going to be a $129 speaker. I believe it's on sale right now for $129. This is a fully battery operated speaker. It's pretty cool. Been playing with this for the last week or so, and like I said, I'm a huge music fan. Been able to kind of put it through its paces and show you what it can do. Let's go ahead and open it up here. So you're going to get the speaker in a nice travel case because, like I said, this is a portable speaker. So we're going to take it out of the travel case. I actually like the travel case a lot because if you are going to throw it in your bike, it's going to stay protected. And you get a this helmet speaker. I really like this. I think the design of this is really cool. You're going to see this on my live streams in the background all the time, and I'll show you why and some of the really cool things that it does. This does come in several colors. It comes in several plain colors. It comes in this style. It also comes in a graffiti style color. Wish I would have grabbed the graffiti style one. It's really cool. So this is going to be your basic Bluetooth speaker. It's designed for indoor-outdoor range, and it has, I'm not really good with specs off the top of my head, so it has a 15-hour lifespan for the battery, which is really cool. So like I said, being it's portable, it's going to run a long time. As experience that I've had with Bluetooth speakers, the two main speakers that I run at home are the HomePod Mini as well as the full HomePod. The basic HomePod the HomePod Mini comes in at about $100. And the full HomePod comes in at around $300. Normally this is priced when it's not on sale about $229, so it's kind of somewhere in the middle of those two. The downside of having the Apple speakers is you're stuck in the Apple infrastructure. I'm an Apple guy, really not a big deal for me though, and they are not portable. So this is going to give you portability, which is one of the things I was really interested in checking this out and reviewing it for you guys. So like I said, you got a 15-hour battery life. It is water resistant. It's Bluetooth 5, so it's going to run less on your battery than normal. The lower the Bluetooth number, it's my understanding that it runs the battery further or harder to make that connection. So I have one thing I can tell you right off the bat with this speaker is this freaking thing is loud. And when I tell you loud, I mean loud. This is comparable to my HomePod. I would argue it's probably a little bit louder. Now, obviously, it's not a smart speaker, so it's not comparable in functionality, but as far as sound volume, it's impressive. So you're going to have two here. You're going to have two speakers on the side, as well as the bass speaker on the bottom. This does light up. We'll get into that in a little bit. So you're going to have your volume controls on the top here. You're going to have the ability to change the lighting on the bottom, your power on, and skipping up and down to your next track. But this is the really cool part. Watch this. So we're going to turn the speaker on. So apparently you got to hold the button in for it to power on. I've been using this, I swear. It's one of them days. So let's go ahead and hold the power in and let's power it up.
Pairing successful. Battery 80%.
All right, you got to admit that's pretty cool. So it has the motorcycle startup sound, which I thought was really cool. You got your volume on the top here. Such you can control your volume up and down. Now I don't have a source connected to it just yet, so that will not change. You're going to have your on and off power button, which apparently seemed to be a challenge for me today. You're going to have the ability to change the underglow lights, and I'll show you how that works in a moment. And then you can skip forward and back to the tracks. Now, another cool thing about this I thought was pretty neat is you flip the visor up, you have this illuminated picture of a motorcycle. Now, the one thing I did find kind of confusing with this, or at least an opportunity for improvement, you cannot swap this picture out. I thought this would be really cool to put a picture of your loved one in there, put a picture of your motorcycle. Maybe your motorcycle is your loved one. Maybe you don't like your loved one, you want to put your motorcycle in there, your dog, your cat. You cannot remove the picture. I thought that was a little bit of a drawback. I thought that would have been really cool if I could, change the picture out. So if I take this to work, put it on my desk, I could leave it open, have a picture of my kids or what have you. So that would be, that's a drawback that I would have liked to have seen changed, but again, not a showstopper. So let's go ahead and we're going to close the visor here. I'm going to go ahead and connect it. Now I am, if you're a YouTuber, you know how this works. Since there's going to be copyright, it's going to be really hard for me to play a large variety of music. But what I am going to do is play some copyright-free music so you can see how this here sounds. So go ahead and look this up here. Let's go ahead and try this. I mean, you can hear, and I don't know how well that's going to come out. It's got a good sound to it. And then if we want to increase the volume, slide up. We slide the volume down. The one thing I will say about this is absolutely a room-filling speaker. I've put this in my family room, and I can go and listen to it in the living room. It really does have a big sound. Now, the one drawback that I have seen as far as the sound is, although it is a bass bucket, it really depends on you need to put it on a big flat surface, a substantial surface like a table, to get most of that bass out of it. And once you go across that 50% margin, of the 50% level of volume, the bass does seem to tone down a little bit. Now, I'm using it with an iPhone, and I'm using it in my testing. I've done both with the equalizer and without the equalizer. If you change with the equalizer and you adjust it to, say, you're listening to pop music or folk music or podcasts, if you change the equalizer to adapt to that, you're certainly going to get a much better sound out of this. But as a straight Bluetooth speaker without those adjustments, it does certainly sound good, but it's not going to sound... You're going to need to massage the sound a little bit, but I find that with any of these battery-operated speakers, they're pretty much in that same position, unless you're going to spend a couple $100, $300-400 on a really high-end Bluetooth speaker. So the sound is definitely there. It's absolutely mind-boggling outside. Like I said, if you want to turn it up all the way, it's amazing how loud it gets. Now, for indoors, that 50% volume is pretty probably much as max as you're going to want to go. So I don't know that it's an issue. Outdoors, I don't think the sound would be as sensitive, so you wouldn't notice the difference as much. Now, that being said, sound is suggestive. If I play audio on this, you're going to hear it, but you're not going to hear it in its full effect. And everyone hears sound differently, so this is really just my take. I definitely think that it falls somewhere in the audio quality between the HomePod Mini and the full HomePod. The full HomePod certainly is going to have a lot more bass end response to it just by the way it's designed. But this is certainly, I think, in the middle of those two, and the price point reflects that, so I don't think it's a bad purchase. I also think it's cool that you're taking that motorcycle design and sort of bringing your own motorcycle personality into it. The cool thing too that it has, and this is why I said it'll be really cool in my live streams, and you will see it in my interview series, my Beyond the Rider interview series, which, by the way, is coming back in its pre-recorded form very shortly. So what you're going to have here on the bottom is you're going to have this light. I don't know how well you're going to see it. It is bright enough that you'll see it, but with the studio lights, it's a little hard. So if you push the light button on the top here, you can actually get that to change colors. So it goes into red, goes into a green, goes back to blue. And it has this really cool breathe mode. So it pulsates the colors. So I think that's really cool. Like if you're going to use this as a party speaker, I think it's really cool because not only does it look kind of blends in. I mean, it looks just like a mini motorcycle helmet, but it also kind of keeps your motorcycle theme if you want to use it in your office or something like that. Like I said, for the price point and the audio quality, I don't think it's bad at all. The other thing that the functionality of this little X in the top here has is you can fast forward. You can skip or skip back on your tracks, which is pretty cool, and then you have your volume on the top. So like I said, audio quality of this is very good. It's, like I said, indoors, if you keep it at that 50% range on a rather large desk or something like that, to get really the most maximum bass response out of it, I think that's where it's really going to excel. And outdoors, You're probably not going to have it on a big enough surface, and you can change it into an outdoor mode that's going to give you a little bit less bass and more treble, so the frequency, the sound carries better. I really like this. And again, in the back, you're going to have an audio out. So if you want to hook it up to a old school iPod, God bless you if you still have one of those, you can hook it up to an external audio source. You also have USB-C. Huge fan of USB-C charging, as everything is going USB-C. And look, Apple, you finally caught up with the rest of the world. Love you, Apple. But like I said, this is a really cool speaker. Now, they also make a mini version of this, and I'll be doing a video of it shortly. They make a miniature version of this, which is actually really cool. You can throw it in your pocket, so you really could throw it on the side of the motorcycle, take it out of your pocket, throw it on the motorcycle, and listen to some tunes while you're hanging out. So as a travel speaker, I think it's really cool. You want to take it to work, put it in your office to bring your motorcycle personality to it. I think it's fantastic. Like I said, the only thing I'd like to see changed is that I could change this picture. I really would like the fact that I could personalize this. I think that would make it just that much better. Other than that, I think it's really good. Like I said, I definitely think it falls somewhere in between that HomePod Mini and the full-size HomePod. That's the two tools that I use the most. I am a hardcore music person, and I listen to music in all genres, from jazz to folk to acoustic to rock and roll to hip hop. And it really is going to depend on what you listen to. I mean, if you're not listening to super, super heavy bass, you're going to be fine with this. If you are listening to heavy bass music, I would just make sure you have it on a larger surface to give it more bass response. But like I said, really cool. I really like this. You're going to see this in the background of all my interview series going forward. So huge thank you to the folks at Lexon. I am going to put an affiliate link if you guys want to check this out on Amazon. The affiliate link doesn't cost you anything, and a little portion of that does go to support the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. So look for a review of the smaller speaker coming shortly. And if you haven't seen it yet, check out Lexon's air pump video that I did. Absolutely fantastic little air pump. And holidays are coming up, so I think this would be a great idea as a gift, and even the air pump. So that's all I had for you today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said earlier, or I may have not said, I want to bring a little bit more of the technical side and things that are a little bit more out of just the install things for the channel, and just kind of mix it up for you guys a little bit. So if you're an audio person, two things I'd like to know. What do you listen most on your mobile device or your portable speaker? What kind of music do you listen to the most? And what is your go-to audio speaker? Are you using a AC one, or using a HomePod, something that needs to be plugged into the wall, or using a portable speaker? And if you're using a portable speaker, I'm really interested to see what you're using and what your experience has been like that, or been with that rather. Guys, that's all I really had today. I appreciate you taking the time out to watch this video. I know there's a lot of other channels on YouTube, but I sincerely appreciate you taking out the time to watch. Thanks for watching. I hope you can consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, please remember, you're not alone. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And a huge thank you to my channel members that go a long way into helping support the channel. I love you guys. Thank you for all the support.